So I come to that point that I really want to leave corporate and maybe figure out what really my purpose is. So I thought, let me just take a break. So I left the job with no plan in mind. See, सबसे major challenge honestly was the uncertainty. You can practice yoga, but there are certain qualities I would say that you must have, to practice yoga, and those are एक intention that yes, I want to work on my body. योगा को जिम से कंपेयर करना, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स नॉट द राइट कंपैरिजन, बिकॉज योगा जो एंशिएंट प्रैक्टिस है वो सिर्फ आसन प्रैक्टिस नहीं है. It is much more than that. It has so many tools.
Today we have with us Shikha Mehra, who is yoga and nutrition educator. Let's start the conversation. Hello Shikha, welcome to Who's That 360.
Hi.
So Shikha, tell us, what was it like leaving your corporate job and starting a career in yoga and nutrition?
So I worked in the corporate for 8 years. And after 8 years, I think I had come to a point where I was clueless. What next? What kind of role I want to do? Which brand I want to work for? So I come to that point that I really want to leave corporate and maybe figure out what really my purpose is. So I thought, let me just take a break. So I left the job with no plan in mind.
That's a big risk.
Yes. So I left, and I always wanted to do like a yoga course, because I was like, I've been practicing yoga for like, at that time I was practicing for 10-12 years. So I thought, why not go to Rishikesh and do like a 1-month course? And teaching was not, on the mind at all at that time. So I thought, let's leave. So I went to Rishikesh, did like a whole 1-month course, spent a lot of time with myself, came back, and there was this natural urge to give back or share whatever little knowledge I had gained over that time with people. So I thought, let me practice more, let me read more. Came back and I started reading, started practicing more. And when I felt that yes, now I'm ready to maybe deliver and to teach, that's how it started. And there's been no looking back, because I figured that I love teaching so much. That yes, so I've been teaching since then.
तो क्या challenges आपने face करे during this transition of yours?
See, सबसे major challenge honestly was the uncertainty. इतना कुछ करने के बाद, after doing like an MBA, after working in the corporate for 8 years, what if this doesn't work out? Right? What if I'm not able to earn as much as I was earning, and I'll be like a financial liability?
So something that constantly runs in behind.
Yeah. What if I'm like a financial liability on my entire family? तो वो तो था ही. पूरा time I used to, think about. But the beauty also of this whole transition was that I'm practicing yoga. So I was practicing yoga, and practice करते करते ना, I was gaining that little, what do you call, confidence that जो होगा अच्छा हो जाएगा. तो uncertainty तो था ही, पर ये जो योगा का practice में कर रही थी साथ साथ में, that gave me that confidence that you will figure it out. Don't worry, जो होगा अच्छा होगा. If not yoga teaching, you will get back to corporate, you find some other job, so you will do something or the other. So don't get disheartened, or don't stop. Just keep going and give your 100%.
So what essentials does any beginner need to start with their yoga journey?
See, honestly, there is no, you don't need anything. You have a body, you can practice yoga. But there are certain qualities I would say that you must have, to practice yoga. And those are, take intention that yes, I want to work on my body. I want to get better. I want to work for my, whatever can be your reason. Your reason could be physical health, mental health, emotional health. तो वो एक intention होना चाहिए कि ये मैं अपने लिए कुछ शुरू कर रहा हूँ. तो that intention should be there. And एक consistency के लिए जो बोलते हैं ना, you should have that in mind, that I am going to stay consistent. Only then will I see any benefit out of the practice. It applies to anything and everything, right? तो वो अगर आप मन में रखो कि मेरा इंटेंशन सही है, प्योर इंटेंशन ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू योगा एंड कंसिस्टेंट बिहेवियर, लाइक I think that's what you need to reap the benefits of this beautiful practice.
So you've been practicing yoga for quite some long time, and but have you ever tried like gymming, traditional gymming करना आपने कभी सोचा, या फिर आपको उसमें क्या differences लगते हैं कि जिम ज़्यादा better है या योगा?
See, honestly speaking, योगा को जिम से कंपेयर करना, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स नॉट द राइट कंपैरिजन, बिकॉज योगा जो एंशिएंट प्रैक्टिस है वो सिर्फ आसन प्रैक्टिस नहीं है. It is much more than that. It has so many tools that can help you, manage your ups and downs of life, can help you improve your physical health, mental, emotional health. So comparing, first of all, is not the right thing. But yes, if you ask me, आसन practice को अगर आप gym से compare करो, तो आसन practice जो है, you can build strength, you can build, balance, coordination, flexibility through yoga. If we go back in time, you remember we were all hunters, gatherers.
Yeah.
We used to, I think, natural, strength building used to happen back then. पानी लेके आना, कुछ भी उठा के इधर से उधर रखना. So वो natural जो strength,
गांव की तरफ तो ये सब अभी भी चलता है.
Exactly. So वो natural strength पहले जो थी, if somebody wants to build, I would suggest that practicing yoga, let's say, 5 to 6 days a week, and including some bit of strength training, which you get from yoga, but वो body weight movement से आता है. But strength training with weights, twice or thrice a week, so that you can get by and do घर के छोटे मोटे काम, के आटा उठा के रखना, चावल उठा के रखना, सिलेंडर उठाना, वो तो अब नहीं होता, but in most households, but still, if you're able to gain that strength, so I think gymming with basic equipments, you can include 2 to 3 days a week, and I think that's an ideal. And I also do that.
अच्छा.
I do lift weights and I also practice. I'm not a hardcore muscle building strength training person, but yes, योगा भी करते हैं और बेसिक घर के household chores complete करने के लिए basic strength through equipments. So I think it's not a bad deal. So there's no this or that. Basis your preference, a combination is best, and basis your preference, basis your aesthetic goals. आपको क्या goal है आपका, क्या पसंद है, आप किस age पे हो, after a certain age, maybe certain movements might be tough. Basis that you can always create a routine for yourself.
Stress is very common these days, especially among youngsters. What asanas do you prefer कि हमारे youngsters को करने चाहिए जिससे कि उनका जो nerves है वो थोड़ा calm down हो जाए?
See, first of all, I'd say कि कोई 3-4 आसन ऐसे, it has to be a holistic yoga practice and done consistently. But अगर कुछ आसन की बात करें जो एकदम से can actually help you when you're in a stressful situation, can help you calm down, then balasana, child's pose, forward bends जो होते हैं, seated forward bends like Paschimottanasana, Uttanasana, then Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is the downward facing dog. And pranayam like Anulom Vilom, Bhramari pranayam. So these practices, they can help you, like you said, calm your nerves at any given moment. But again, a holistic practice done consistently will help you in the longer run. Immediate, agar aapko chahiye, so these are the asanas that one can practice.
There must be moms who want to get back into shape and fit into their older clothes. What demands do they often come up with? And how can one achieve that kind of body again?
See, first of all, mothers who are new mothers, they shouldn't be in a rush to get back to the old body. You've just delivered a baby. Nurture that body, embrace that body. Body naturally also, takes time to heal, but it naturally heals, and it will come back, with the right mindful eating practices and with a little work. So first is don't be in a rush to do this, and in my postpartum classes also, that's what I say, that's what I tell them. Everybody wants to get back to that figure.
Yeah.
And everybody
it's a rush these days.
Yes, everybody wants to get back to what they were doing, but slowly, steadily, sab ho jata hai. You get back to that body, you get back to feeling like that also, but it takes time.
So do you suggest not to eat ghee, not to eat laddus?
Absolutely, eat all of these things because these are nourishing. But what happens is we tend to overeat and we tend to get into junk eating, processed eating. वो सारा you have to be a little mindful, but eating all the healthy stuff postpartum is required. Also, if you're breastfeeding, so it's absolutely necessary. तो धीरे धीरे mindful eating plus yogic practices, like I teach in my postpartum classes, they will get your body back and your health also back. You will be a happier mother, I'd say. That's what is required for the baby, right? Right? So don't be in a rush to get back.
So Shikha, how is life after Nandini? How are you balancing your career and your personal life?
So life after Nandini is beautiful, but also very challenging. So I did not, did not think that I will be, that freedom of time, the freedom, the time that I had before Nandini. That's such a challenge now. So I really want my me time. I really want that freedom to be able to decide what I want to do next, where I want to go. But now life revolves around her. तो वो थोड़ा चेंज आ गया है, but otherwise life is beautiful. I think pregnancy was beautiful, motherhood is beautiful, and such a privilege to be a mother. Work-wise, so I have the support of my family and my husband, and that helps in managing work. I am not taking a lot of projects. I am taking it easy, and I only do what I feel like doing, and how much I'm able to contribute and give my 100%. वही projects ले रही हूँ, उतना ही काम कर रही हूँ. I think that's what's the key. But I have to be happy, I can't be working and then still thinking about what Nandini is doing and how is she managing. So I very mindfully I choose projects in my classes. So and I have obviously the help of my family to be able to do my work, and they're taking care of Nandini while I'm doing this.
Shikha, many people are interested in starting their yoga journey, but they hardly find out time for themselves to kickstart that healthy, holistic journey of theirs. So, what is that? मतलब कैसे हम वो journey start करें खुद के लिए? How to motivate ourselves to get that kick started?
See, I think everybody should understand that this body that they've got, it's their duty and responsibility to take care of this body, right? And if everybody starts to think like that, I think there is no greater motivation than this. You've been given a responsibility to take care of this. You're the body is the vessel for your soul, to be. वो motivation काफी होना चाहिए for people to take care of their bodies, and even if they're able to take out 10 minutes in the day to do any kind of let's say physical practice or any kind of physical workout that they like, and done consistently, that should be enough to show them results. And if again you're not able to find time, let's say, have a community, have somebody to do it with you, that should probably help you get out of the bed and do it. But अगर आप नहीं करोगे तो who else is going to take care of your body? You have to do it.
For those who have been practicing yoga for quite a while, what advanced practices or technique would you recommend they explore next?
So honestly, I'm not myself an advanced practitioner. So, but yes, so I think advanced asan बहुत सारे, like अगर आप physically postures की बात करें, but एक आसन को advanced बनाने के लिए, you need a lot of, I'd say, any basic pose also. When you master that pose with full awareness, with awareness of what the tiniest of muscle is doing in your body, that is mastery of an asana, and that is advanced. When you are able to move from that effort to effortlessness in holding the position, in transitioning into the pose, in moving into the pose, तो वो है advanced कि आप उस pose के अंदर कितने aware हो, how are you aware of the tiniest of body part or muscle is being worked upon, what's happening inside, and how is your mind in that pose. Absolute calm in meditation. So that I feel is mastering an asana, and also that's advanced in itself. मतलब just किसी भी pose आप बिल्कुल स्थिर हो और आप बिल्कुल एक ध्यान के उसमें हो. That's I think an advanced pose. So everybody should work on practicing, but getting into a state of effortlessness, and then obviously moving into a state of bliss in any posture.
How do nutrition and yoga complement each other in your approach to wellness?
See, nutrition and yoga, they complement each other beautifully. Like, if you see, if you're eating well, you're eating light, you're eating easy to digest, if you're eating, listening to your body, that complements your yoga practice, because your mind and your body, it creates that foundation for your mind and the body to practice yoga. Right? And if you look at yoga, so many asanas, they work on obviously the functioning of your entire systems, digestive system, excretion. So they help you. It enhances your digestion, excretion, absorption, all of that. So yoga is complementing in that way. It's complementing whatever you're putting in the body, and if you're eating right, it's complementing and creating that base for your practice to succeed. So I think both of them work so beautifully. If you're eating the right things, yoga अच्छा हो रहा है. अगर आप yoga practice कर रहे हो तो आपका internally your functioning improves, your digestion, excretion, and that's complementing whatever you're putting in the body. So both of them. So eating right and practicing yoga, I think they beautifully work together.
What does a day in Shikha Mehra's look like?
My day is very chaotic.
Start कैसे करते हो?
Okay, so morning, yeah, honestly, so if you would have asked me this question before Nandini, it would have been a different answer. Abhi to bada chaos hi hota hai. Abhi everything revolves around Nandini. I wake up in the morning and Nandini wakes up with me. But I'll tell you when I have my classes. Okay? So I wake up and I obviously get out of the room and let the husband take care of Nandini. And I have my own. You want details like pani piya and all of that?
हाँ, सब कुछ.
So obviously,
just look at your skin; it's glowing.
After again, motherhood has brought a lot of changes, but yeah. So, obviously drinking warm water is something that I've been doing since, I'd say, years. So that's something that I do in the morning. Drinking simple garam pani.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the process of excretion and all happens. I go to the washroom, brushing and all of getting ready for my yoga class. And I need some 20-25 minutes to get ready for the class in terms of mentally preparing of what I'm going to teach and getting into that mood. Then I have my yoga class and finish my yoga class. Then it's all Nandini. I take care of Nandini, uska khana banana, usko breakfast.
So when are you practicing yoga?
So yoga, it doesn't happen in the morning. I find my time when Nandini is sleeping, then I'll quickly do some practice. Or in the evening before, when she goes to the park, that's when I practice yoga. Otherwise, full day. I'm telling you now, my routine before Nandini was different and now it's completely different now that I have a little one.
Who or what inspires you the most in your yoga journey, and how has that inspiration shaped your practice and teachings?
Who inspires me the most? See, honestly, I'd say genuinely, I think for most people, for me, it's my mother. She would have not practiced when I was, so we'd lost our father quite early. So I have seen her practice yoga off the mat a lot. Practicing, just staying happy, having that, go-get attitude, managing 2 kids. We were very young when we lost the father. So, I've seen her journey and she inspires me. Like, if she can manage 2 kids so young and, get everything done. I think, whatever challenges I face in life, I feel that too, I can manage them. We all have that strength within to do anything and everything that life throws at us. So I think from there on, my journey and my conviction. So I realized that yoga is far beyond the mat, right? It is not just, it's a way of living. And she used to do that. She used to meditate. So she has a guru and also she used to meditate. So, I understood that there's some power in this practice which just takes you so deep in connection with your real self that any challenge that you have in life, you're able to face it with bang on basically. You give me a challenge, I'll face it. So she is my inspiration. She has shown me how to live life with all challenges and happily and smile. So, I think she's my inspiration, and yes, that's what I try and do. Smile and live by and try and manage the ups and downs of life happily.
Thank you, Shikha, for this wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to come here and do this with you. Thank you so much.